Hey everyone, it is Justynaaax, and today I'm bringing you this sexy, sultry Valentine's Day eye makeup look. This is sunset inspired. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to learn how to get it, then keep on watching. So first, I'm going to prime my lids using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is perfect if you have oily lids. This is going to keep the shadow in place. Nothing's going to crease with this baby. Now I'm going to set that with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is also good if you have oily skin, and I like to put that as a base so everything looks the same skin tone. And your shadows will blend better on top of powder. This is the Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. It's a new palette. I'm taking those two transition shades. It's a very warm, light brown shade. I'm building up that transition shade with a fluffy blending brush, and we're just going to keep adding more until we get that desired shade that we are looking for. I'm focusing it on the inner part because that's where most of our color is going to be, so you want to be able to blend it out there. You want to make sure there's enough transition for the shadow. Now I'm taking Alice. That's an orange shade, very warm, and I'm focusing that on the inner corner, then blending outwards, then taking Amy on a small detailed fluffy brush. This is from Luxie brushes, and I'm focusing most of the product right there in the inner corner and then slowly blending out in circular motions. So you want to pack it on in the inner corner and then blend out softly. Now I'm carving out the eyelid using my soft ochre MAC paint pot. So what you want to do is just follow the crease, your natural crease, and then just blend outwards. So I'm going all along the crease. I could have lifted the crease more, made it a more dramatic cut crease, but I really didn't want to. Just wanted to keep it smooth. So I did that, blended it out with my ring finger, and now I'm taking a fluffy brush, a larger fluffy brush with no products on it, and blending those two shadows together, the transition shade and that pink Amy shade. So now I'm taking a small detailed brush, and I'm going to pack that on in the inner corner. So what I want to do is deepen up this inner corner. So I'm taking the same shadow, almost as if I'm creating a V shape, and then bringing that line on the outer corner to where our transition shade is. Now I'm taking a smaller, denser brush just to blend it out a little bit more, and then taking Amy again on the brush that we used before and blending that out. Now I'm taking my transition shades and I'm running that through the crease just so everything blends out. So I want that sunset look where it's really deep in the inner corner and then blends out on the outer corner, almost like a reversed smoky eye, like what you would do. Now I'm taking Emma and I'm just showing you guys how pigmented it is, and it's like a golden pinky tone. It's almost really peach. It's a beautiful shade, and I'm packing that on my lid with a wet synthetic brush. That's going to give us the most pigment, and it's going to give us that wet look. It's a really light shade, but it gives us that wash of color that we need, that beautiful peachy pinky shade. So now I'm taking the Stila Cosmetics, their liquid black liner. I got a brand new one, so you know that felt tip liner is nice and sharp and fresh. So I was able to do this liner on camera, just this eye though. So I line the lid first, I create a line going outwards and then another line going in, and then I just trace that all together, connect the lines, and that's how I do my wing liner. Today I did a little bit more feminine, more delicate liner, but sometimes I do the more dramatic line. Every day is different, but with this look I wanted to concentrate it more on the shadows rather than my liner. Now I'm taking my Maybelline Colossal mascara, running it through my lashes. This is going to prep it for my false lashes. So I'm prepping my false lashes now. I didn't get it on camera, but while I'm applying my mascara and my concealer, my lash glue is drying. You always want to make sure your lash glue is tacky before you apply. So I'm taking my favorite LA Girl concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Natural, and I'm running that under my eye, as well on the sides of my nose to make my nose appear a little bit more narrow, more contoured, and more defined. Also on the bridge of my nose, the middle of my forehead, my cupid's bow, basically any high points of my face. This is going to bring these features forward, and when we contour and bronze up the skin, it's going to add that dimension that we need. So right now I'm just blending it out with my Original Beauty blender, and I pressed it against my liner just to clean up the liner a little bit more so it's nice and snatched. When you're doing this and using a beauty blender to blend out your concealer, make sure your beauty blender is damped. You want to completely saturate and squeeze out all the excess water. This way it won't absorb your makeup but just blend it out. So that's what I'm doing. I like to press it into the skin. I use the top of the beauty blender to blend out, and then I use the bottom where I applied my foundation to blend out the outer corners. So I'm just pressing that all along my skin. And also I get some on my lips. It's fine, you don't need to wipe it off. If anything, this is prepping your lips for your lipstick. So I'm being extra dancing. I don't know what I was dancing to. Okay, I'm applying my kokolashes, Queen Bees. They're ready to apply. So I attach from one corner, the center, and then I do the corners, and then I squeeze together my lashes just so that they look more natural. I'm just adjusting the size right now. They're not always going to pop on so easily. It does take time and patience. And then I just push the lashes up while they're drying so that they go upwards and they don't just sit straight on your lashes. It's not going to look good. It won't open up your eyes if they're just sitting straight. So I put some mascara just to blend them out. Now I'm setting my concealer with my Mercier Translucent powder. This is my holy grail powder. Any other powder I've tried has not worked for me personally. If you prefer others, then go for it. If you haven't tried this out, I suggest you do. I have put on many friends to this product. Even people with dry skin love this. It changed their whole makeup routine. So I suggest you guys check it out and see if you like it. If not, then you know, if anything, leave it down below if you've tried it or not. Let me know what you use instead of this. I would love to try different things. So I use my beauty blender to apply it. I apply it on everywhere I put my concealer. Right now I'm trying to snatch this nose. I'm using my Hoola bronzer, using a smaller brush than I usually do. I was trying something new here. I didn't see much of a difference. So yeah, makeup's all about process of elimination, trying things out, trial and error. That's why it's makeup. It comes off at the end of the day. So it's always fun to play around, use different techniques, try looks like these. I've never tried a look like this and I'm happy with the way it came out. So right now I'm bronzing my face. I did set my foundation with that Estee Lauder powder foundation. Right now I'm working it upwards in upward motions, starting from the top of my ear going down. If you're ever confused about where should I start my bronzer, always from the top of the ear and going down and blending upwards. That's going to lift the cheekbone and make your cheekbones look snatched. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side, and then I'm also bringing it around my jawline and my forehead area. I'm using my Tarte Avenue, what am I talking about? This is the Tarte Cosmetic Park Ave Princess bronzer. It's gorgeous. I love it. It gives you that nice JLo glow. I brought it down to my neck as well. You want everything to blend out perfectly. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. brush. It's a little bit more dense, and I'm taking the Hoola bronzer and I'm going to contour my cheekbones a little bit more just to define it more. This is going to recede anything, so I'm putting it on my forehead. It's going to make my forehead look a little bit smaller. Put it on my nose, Cupid's bow. So right now I'm taking Amy and I'm putting that on my lower lash line. So I'm doing the reverse effect on my lower lash line. I'm putting that pink on the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm going to bring our transition shades, that orange, towards the inner part. So right now I'm just blending it outwards, and then I'm going to apply that orange shade towards the inner corners. Now I'm taking that ColourPop black liner. I'll put the name down in the description. I don't remember at the moment, but it's their one and only black gel liner. And it's so pigmented, and I'm just smudging a little bit towards that shadow so everything looks cohesive. And I'm blending out that translucent powder. I like to push the powder into my skin and then blend outwards. It looks like I'm being rough, but I'm being very gentle, barely putting any pressure on my skin because you want it to blend out nicely. You don't want any patches. So now I'm spraying my NYX mattifying setting spray all over my skin, and then applying Yaass from Artist Couture on my cheekbones. I was using this Morphe brush to apply it, but I wasn't really feeling it. Like, it was applying the product, but for this look I was like, I want a little bit more of a drama, let's say that. So I went back to my Anastasia A23 brush. This is my fave, and I just packed it on the high points of my cheekbones. And right now what I'm doing is just blending it out, putting it on my Cupid's bow, and then on my nose as well. It's going to bring everything forward. And now I'm taking Exposed Blush from Tarte. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes. I haven't used it in a while, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. I think this looks beautiful on all skin types. Everyone should try it out and see how they feel about it. And I'm just packing that on with a Morphe powder brush. And I'm going to bring you in close. I felt like that line looked too clean and not blown out and smoky enough like my creases. So I went back with that same brush and just blended it out a little bit more towards the bottom of my lash line. I felt like I needed a more blown out smoky look. It was looking too clean. I need a little bit grunge. So now I'm applying my Supersizer CoverGirl mascara. This never transfers. It coats the lashes nicely. You can get a natural look or you can get a more dramatic look like this one. And it just opens up the eyes so nicely. It makes my lower lashes look super long. I mean, they're long, but it makes it look longer. Now I'm taking this Wet n Wild Catsuit lipstick. This is in the shade Give Me Mocha. I just got it and I love the color, but I wanted something a little bit lighter. So I took Kat Von D's new liquid lipstick and Ludwig over this lipstick. So I just mixed the two and blended it out. I did leave Catsuit on the outer part so it looked like lip liner. And I just blow on my lips just so it can dry a little bit faster without pushing them together. Now I'm taking Yaass and putting it in my inner corner. And I felt like right when I did this, it completed the eye look. It really ties it together. So I do suggest if you feel like something's missing from your eye look, you can put a little bit of like an inner corner highlight and it'll bring everything all together. I feel like this really sealed the deal for me. I love this look. So I went with a matte lip and then I wasn't feeling it, so then I switched it to a gloss. All I did was put a clear gloss over top. You can put a nude one, a more pinky one. It's all up to you. It's all up to preference. So I really hope you guys had a good time watching this. I hope you learned something today. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Leave below any questions, comments, concerns you might have, or also ideas for next videos. Have a very, very happy Valentine's Day, wherever or whoever you're spending it with. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.